The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.
We return to Seathwaite, where the city glitters but hides a dark and dangerous underbelly. Two brothers, Locke and Key, are tasked with an assassination that will rock the city to its core. But are these wretched villains up to the task? Seathwaite is cutthroat, cruel, and unforgiving. Can Locke and Key keep their heads when all hell breaks loose? And who is the mysterious figure known as the Weasel? And will he be friend or foe?
Hi guys, welcome to episode 19 of season 9 of the Formal Gamer podcast. Sorry the episode's late this week. My stupidity, I snapped the cable when it was in my bag because I put a big heavy laptop on top of it. Really dumb thing to do, but excitingly that was when we were recording new stuff about Gorus, Sotru and Farven. So if you like those guys, they're coming back at some point relatively soon, like this year, almost certainly this year. But more important than any of that is that you enjoy the episode.
Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of The Formal Gamer. We are deep in the throes of the job, and we've got to the point where none of the... Because you've all decided to split up, all three of you, haven't you?
Well, it was sort of...
It's part of the plan, right?
Yeah, the only efficient way of doing it. I can't get in the castle anymore.
Yeah.
Because I got arrested in there.
Yeah.
So I had to stay outside. And it's hard to do the job from the outside.
It's true. You always make yourself the outsider. Is everyone at the point where... So basically, Key is just waiting for the moment?
I'm waiting for my 9 o'clock signal.
Yeah. Lance, you were kind of left in the place where you were just waiting as well for...
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Are we all together now?
No. No, I just wanted to check in and see if you were waiting. For you,
Key.
no, Locke.
Oh, fucking Locke again!
Locke,
It's a good thing you're a fan favourite, Robin, because
Locke,
imagine if they had 3 episodes of me. God, we would have no listeners left.
I think, genuinely, Lance is the best voice we've heard ever on the podcast.
Galak.
Yeah, I think you.
Oh,
I think
actually,
you're
that's
forgetting
fair.
Galak.
Okay, fair enough. I would say they're both top. So this has been quite an exciting season,
Hasn't
I
it?
think.
So,
I've not done anything.
yes.
Oh, but you have.
Go, let's get on with it. Let's do
Oh,
it.
sorry.
So Locke,
Forgot we were recording.
it's getting now to the point where it's about 8:50.
Wonderful.
Because all the activity.
My
you've done.
goodness.
Lance is about 8:50 for you, and Key for you. Well, you're just waiting. So
8:50,
It'll be 8:50.
perfect.
It can be 8:50 if you want.
I took my helmet off. I'm spoiling it.
How much pork have you eaten?
None.
You could have been if you wanted.
Didn't
No?
want to eat any pork. I had a job to do.
Okay.
I was being sensible. Last time I was silly, I ruined the campaign.
Well,
This time, I'm doing my job.
wonderful. So,
Kill the tobacconist.
Locke, is there any... Given the information, you're kind of keeping track of time.
Sure.
Do you want to stay where you are? Do you want to do anything different? Are you just going to wait it out?
So, did we set a time where
Yeah, 9 o'clock is what you're told when the person's going to show up.
everything's going to kick off? Okay, being aware of that, I would probably be trying to remove myself from my current situation, which I can do soon.
Yep.
And then that will lead me to the next place I need to be. So I've kind of sorted myself in terms of where I need to go now, hopefully. So yeah, like I'm ready to kind of move along. So actually this timing kind of works for me.
Okay, so it looks like we're going to do a little bit with Locke, go back to Lance, and Key. Sit down.
Do I need to wear headphones on again?
Yeah, you want?
I've only got 4% battery left. I just realised these headphones are plugged into the mic equipment. I can just hear you better.
Oh, yeah.
Right, well, you better not be long, otherwise these headphones will run out of music.
No, it's true. We'll be quick. So, we go to Locke, who is masquerading as a guard, who's just been asked by Sneedle to be his lookout, his eyes.
What a bloody master of disguises, eh?
I know. You manage to kill the guards, wrap him up, hide him away, and then deceive Sneedle pretty nicely. You couldn't find any of these letters that he's giving to other people, VIPs he's talking to. You know that Gravlax took one.
Yes.
You know that his next VIP is coming, but you also know it's 8:50. It's getting close to the deadline.
Yeah, sure, definitely.
So,
but I've also been asked to stay, and then I'm going to be told where Jenkel is, which is actually my next.
No, he said he just wants you to report on Jenkel generally, but he's concerned about the things Jenkel is doing in the castle. He thinks Jenkel's up to some horrid business.
Yeah.
But only Jenkel's closest guards ever seem to be able to be put in a position where they can.
And he said guards he had bribed were struggling to get close to him, and I said I would, and he said, "Well, just wait until the next guest." So I assumed.
So,
but I could be
so
wrong.
what he's saying is that just wait here till the next guest arrives.
Okay.
With that, a knock on the door. Jenkel comes out of the bathroom after doing more vomiting. He goes over to the cabinet and starts stirring some milky-looking drinks, and they kind of stir a bunch of things together, and it's a green, milky-looking drink. He downs that, and he says, "Smythe, go and get the door." And you open the door to see Lady Glendril.
Okay.
Lady Glendril looks at you, and you're with the door open, so she moves into the room and says, Sneedle, thank you for taking my appointment. I've been looking forward to this. Sneedle says, Smythe, lock the door behind you.
Like, behind me as I leave?
Yes.
I was more asking you. Okay.
Yes, out you go. I can't have you listening into our meetings.
Okay, Sneedle. And
stay outside, though.
Sure thing, sir.
Okay, what do you do?
Well, I'm gonna. Did he say lock the door behind?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna close the door and lock it.
Mm-hmm. You have a key because you got it off the dead body.
Okay. And now what I'm going to do? I see anyone else out in the corridor? Do I see guards for this lady Glendrin?
No, you see. You see down the other end from the parlour room, the door opens and guests are coming out. You see a woman in a yellow dress with her arm around another man walking, but they're walking further away.
Okay.
That's all you see.
Sure. Okay. So what I'm going to do... So I don't actually know where Jenkel is. He could be entertaining in his room that we found earlier.
So, as you're sitting there thinking...
Standing
there thinking, rather. You begin to hear Jenkel's voice echoing around the corridors.
How lucky.
Welcome, one and all! Tonight, we have an exquisite show for you. And he starts talking, leading on to the elves, how it's a show all about the elves and building up to be about the elves.
Okay. And which direction is that? Is that back the way I came?
It's coming from above you.
Come from above me?
And you look up and there's a voice trumpet in the corners of the corridor.
Oh, right, okay. Is he... Okay. And where do I see people going?
Well, the corridor's fairly empty now. You would know where he would be. He's on his balcony addressing the crowd. So that's going to be on the south side of the building. You're on the north side at the moment.
Okay. What I'm going to do is... I'm going to walk down the way I came.
Yep. So you're going out into the main atrium, you can see.
Yeah. And I'm going to see if I see Gravlax.
Okay. You go into the main atrium. You can look down. There's no one you really recognise in the main hall, the VIP banquet area. The only thing you see of note is there's no one on stage, but there is this acrobat named Porcho who's reclining in a tree eating an apple.
Okay. And are those cloaked figures still in a circle?
No, they're not there anymore.
They're not there anymore. Okay. And in that area that I am?
Yeah, so you're up on the balcony.
Yeah.
On this mezzanine.
Sure.
Yeah.
And do I see Gravlax anywhere?
No, roll for it.
Okay. 18. And what perception?
Yep.
So plus 4, so 22.
Yeah, I said no before I made you roll it, but yeah, still no. You can't see him.
Okay, fair enough. Do I see the servant from before?
There's a servant still up on the stairs.
The one I spoke to before.
Yeah.
I'm going to approach the... do I want... Well, he already knows I'm shifty. Actually, are there any servants nearby? Not that one.
Yeah, you can wait for one to walk past. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to wait for one to walk past.
Yeah. Okay. One's walking past, opposite you.
Okay. You.
Yes. What do you want?
I've been told by Sneedle to go and guard Jenkel. Where is he?
Well, he's out on the balcony. I don't think he'll be much problems out on the balcony. It's a little dwarf that's carrying a tray. Dwarf woman.
I say, guide me to the room.
Well, the balcony, his chambers are over there, but make sure you don't disturb him or get in front of the crowd. And so she's pointing backwards. So when you came up the stairs to this mezzanine floor level, you went right. She's pointing left, and you can see left. There's a set of stairs going up.
Okay.
Right?
And does that look like it would?
There's a door going left. You know that you're at the top. You're at the top, so up will be the roof.
Oh, okay. So there wouldn't probably be. Do I think it would be hard to find, or like, so I should grab to lead me, or do you think it would be quite easy for me to find my way? Like, does it look like...
So you've seen before, he talks out on this balcony, right?
Yeah.
It's exposed on the front of the building.
Sure, but in terms of from where I am,
Yeah.
you mentioned I can see a set of stairs that then goes up.
Yeah.
Does it look like it's quite a big area on that floor?
What, the stairs going up?
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Okay.
Okay. But that looks like it's the roof.
Okay. I walk that way.
Okay, so you walk that way. To your left is a rather ornate door with two guards standing on it. And you go to the stairs. The stairs are going down, and the stairs are going up. It's a spiral staircase. This is in the tower part of the castle. So on the corner there's a round.
Sure.
tower.
And where am I? The southwest.
Yeah, you're the southwest.
Okay.
So below you is that smoking room.
Sure.
You don't know what's above you.
I'm going to go up.
Cool. You go up. When you go up, you come out, and the castle is well, first of all, you notice it's very bright when you go up. So you go up this spiral staircase. As you look out, you can see there's it's very open plan here. You can see the night sky when you look out, but in the centre of it, it's like almost, not quite, but almost the whole area is opened up. But in the centre, above the same shape as that water pool that was the ceiling, there's wooden pillars holding up some structure, and there's beaming light coming up, and it's kind of a pyramidal structure where there's a cover of a roof, so there's like roof slates above it, and you can kind of see those roof slates above it, because it's not covering your head.
Yeah.
Right? There's roof slates above it, and you can see there's light beaming from inside it, so there's something up and in there.
Okay.
Right? And you can see light bouncing off this pool of water, which
I was underneath before, and I could see
from this
from
height,
the
this
nature.
looks like a pool of water in the middle.
Okay.
And it's pretty open. To the right, you can see there is like a ornate wooden structure.
Yeah.
That's like, it looks like above like the machine room, which you haven't really been around, but it's basically the other side of the castle from where you are.
Okay.
And there's wooden doors there, and like cross-hatched, more lattice with cherry blossom growing throughout it.
Okay.
Where you are looking, you can hear a natural voice of Henkel Jenkel now, and he's coming to your right and down.
Okay. And do I see anyone else on this roof?
So there are two guards to your right, and they seem to be like, they're looking out onto the crowd. So they're like, now you're kind of on the roof, so there are crenellations all along there. These castle, like, kind of the top of a castle wall, crenellations. You're looking, so those guards are looking down over there. They're to your right. They're actually standing near that wooden building that's on top of the castle. To your left, you can't see anyone at the moment.
Okay.
It's also bright here.
Okay.
It's very bright.
So big open roof. I can see like the water, like sort of from beneath, and I can see like a wooden kind of like tent cover almost made of slats.
Well, it's like a wooden
it's
structure,
a wooden structure,
but it's like a building, like a structure, but it's all made out of wood.
Okay. And lights coming from within that and going down.
No, the
on
light's
water.
coming from within the very top of the roof, going down through the pool.
Yeah,
the
within this structure.
The wooden
right.
structure is kind of an L shape that seems you can see going round. So it's kind of it surrounds the bottom corner of the pool.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I can hear that the natural Jenkel's actual voice is coming from the right down the stairs.
Yes, kind of, but outside.
Okay. But I can see that the guards aren't paying attention to the stairs. They're facing out.
Yeah, they're facing out, yeah.
Okay. I want to walk down towards those stairs, but I want to do it stealthily.
So going down the stairs, back down.
So you said... So I've just come upstairs.
Yeah.
But you said ahead to my right, there are other stairs.
No, it's the same stairs. Same stairs.
Ah, so where am I hearing Jenkel's natural voice?
From the outside, he's on the balcony below you. So he's like the floor below you. Talking outside. So like it's down over the edge.
Oh,
if you wanted to get directly to him, it's down the stairs through those double doors which have guards on.
Ah, right. Okay, fine. But the guards are looking out.
Yes, the guards
Towards him.
upstairs are looking out over the crowd, and you can hear a hubbub of a crowd as you come outside.
So if I wanted to get to Jenkel, most likely based on where the voice is coming from, I would need to go down those stairs, and that's through the guards.
I think so, or it's an open balcony, so you can get to him above.
Okay.
Options.
Okay. Is there a part of the balcony if I go left where I could maybe walk stealthily and hide from the guards and look down, or?
You can have a look.
Yeah.
So if you go out and have a look, you start walking out there. You can see there's like a wooden platform that has stairs built over the crenellations, and the platform's jutting out.
Okay.
It's got railings there, and there's about 4 arches on that wooden platform, and that's to your left. So that's kind of, again, you're on top of the castle, so that's a really big opening. That's halfway across the castle, which is like 40 foot away.
Okay. Okay. So
that's on the west side there.
Okay. So I can see 4 archers on the left.
Yeah.
I can see 2 guards facing down the stairs, which it appears Jenkel is. But it sounds like there's a balcony anyway, so if I went to the edge,
you would look
I
down.
would be looking down
upon the balcony. And you know that's where he talks from. Yeah.
Okay. Am I able to walk can I see anywhere where I could walk and hide and look over?
Yeah, you could probably just look over near the stairs yourself because you're on a guard's uniform.
True. But it might be a bit weird if one guard just
you either have to go left, which is then you're walking up the west side, and that's looking out, not towards Jenkel. That's just looking at the crowd.
Okay.
Or you go right, and you're kind of just looking over there, and the 2 guards are nearby.
Okay. I might walk to the edge.
Yeah.
But try not to make too much noise so I don't distract them, and then look over the edge. But I'm trying to look like I'm meant to be there, kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay, roll the stealth.
Sure. So I got a 3, which is pretty fantastic. And I got, obviously, a stealth of 6, so 9. Not the best.
Okay, so you walk up, and as you're walking on the stone, you move past a set of swords and clatter into them. One of the guards looks at you, kind of furrows his brow, and then looks back over the balcony.
Okay.
So you're kind of standing by this rack of swords and bows and quivers and stuff. It's a bit of an armory up this top bit, and you can now look over the balcony. You've still got quite a distance away from these guards. These guards are about kind of 40, 50 meters away.
And what am I seeing on the balcony below?
You look over the balcony, you can see the balcony below. Henkel Jenkel is dressed in this white knight outfit, the outfit you've seen before.
Sure.
He's got this big headdress on. It's a wig of grapes that he wears, this big, like, kind of weird wig of grapes with loads of vines coming off it. But he's in this white knight outfit, and he's got the face open, and occasionally when you turn, you can see his maked-up white powdered face as he's talking about accepting the elves into the community. He's making little jibes here or there, but he's actually been quite pleasant about the elves.
Okay. And is this actually where the pagoda comes up?
No, the pagoda's the other side. So you're facing forward, you're facing south, which is the right side of the castle, but the pagoda starts on the southeast corner and raises up to the middle, and you're on the southwest side.
So who is he making a speech to? All the guests
Just
of
all
the
the
party.
guests, yeah.
So the pagoda thing is probably happening soon.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm going to stand and watch. Again, do I? Yeah, no, that's fine.
Off in the distance, you can see the bridge that you crossed over in the first episode, and when you came over, is up at the moment. It's a bridge that opens. Sorry, no, it's just open at the moment. There's a big gap in it, and then it closes, and then two carriages in the procession move across. They have absolutely wonderful sculpting on them that you can see from afar. That's clearly like some amazing craftsmanship. They start moving through the crowd.
Okay.
And with that, we'll have to go to someone else.
Wonderful. I will hand over.
Hello, who are you?
It's been so long.
I don't know if you... Sorry, are you looking for a job interview or something? You wandered into the wrong
I
building?
think I should be on a podcast.
Oh, really? Is it a podcast where you do impersonations of Jerry Clarkson?
It's not.
Oh.
It's a podcast. Can I be a half orc called Key, please?
Okay, yeah, we've got an opening. The last guy just disappeared.
Yeah.
So, wonderful. So Key has been
Waiting patiently.
waiting. And you wait, and as you wait, you look, and you see off in the distance, Locke is not there. And then you look and you see Lance isn't there either.
No.
You're just sitting there in the crowd. Yeah. We left you hiding. Well, kind of
Keeping an eye on the pagoda.
Exactly.
Keeping an eye on the tobacconist. Making sure that dwarf, he was my third eye that I was looking for. Making sure he didn't come back.
Exactly.
D20. 13.
So, with that, you're just waiting, and Henkel Jenkel comes out on the balconies. The cheers begin.
Okay.
He starts making his speeches. He talks about tonight is all going to be about the elves. With his usual pageantry, he's there in his white armour. He's a very long distance away. He's up on the balcony, almost at the top floor of the castle. But you can make him out. He's got his wig of grapes. He's got his helmet open. He's got his face paint on, his white powdery face paint. For you, he's just a blob off in the distance, though.
Okay.
They
cast an easy to see silhouette.
Exactly. He's lit up with light shining down on him, and he's talking through several voice trumpets, which kind of boom out over.
Oh yeah, remember the voice
over the crowd. And he talks a bit, and then he talks about his guest arriving, and with that, you see a procession of two carriages. They're sculpted wooden carriages from across the bridge behind you. So coming in from over the river from the south. And they slowly move up to actually close to where you are, because they're now going to be in front of the statue.
Keep looking at the bomb.
I had you by all the market stalls next to the statue, which is where you can see the pagoda and the tobacconist.
As long as it's the thickest crowd, that's where I want to be.
And that's a thick crowd. People are buying stuff there.
Perfect.
And all the like. And the carriages stop. And with that, you see a man in front of you pull a wooden club out from under his cloak, tap his mate on his shoulder, who pulls out two wooden knuckle dusters, and they start moving towards the carriage.
They couldn't have bought metal things in. Right. Okay, I'm gonna tail them.
Okay. So are you trying to do it stealthily?
Yeah. Social
Okay.
stealth, which isn't my strong suit.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, stealth's not my worst. Stealth's alright, because I'm a thief. 13.
Nice. So as you do, you begin to follow them, and they go to one of the stalls that is serving bottled up Seathwaite grog, and they pick up a bunch of bottles. And
They have rags on them.
no, these bottles don't have rags on.
No, but these guys might have rags of their own.
They might do.
Oh, Mr. Molotov.
The
What must you answer for?
yes, exactly. What an engineer he was. And the shopkeeper starts shouting, "Oi, mate, you're going to pay for that! Oi, come back here! Guards!" And he starts motioning towards you. And then with that, a guy again dressed in the cloak comes up behind the shopkeeper and smacks him over the head with a club.
Right. Okay. I'm trying not to give the game away, pretending I haven't seen anything.
Okay. So while you stand there, you see from the side a man in a cloak walking up to you with his hands hidden away behind his cloak. He's walking from you to your side.
Okay.
The ones in front still haven't clocked you. They still haven't noticed. They're just walking towards the carriages.
Now, I snuck my weapons in, didn't I?
You do. You've got weapons, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can I roll a perception? Can I do an insight to see if I think I recognise what gang they're from, if they're gang members?
Sure.
17 plus 1.
Okay. You recognise them to be from the Jackal gang.
Do I know if there's any sort of jackal words? Like something that only the jackals know? Like some sort of thing that would let them know I know what's going on?
Yeah, you could. Well, you could name drop.
Like Marlowe would obviously be my big name drop.
Yeah.
But there's no sort of jackal motto that I can say.
No, not really.
All for one and one for jackals.
You could try it.
Okay. I'm just going to say to him, I didn't see anything. Marlowe told me to keep my eyes closed.
Okay, roll the persuasion.
Oh, no, cop dice. 18 minus 1.
His hands begin to raise from under his cloak, and you see a protrusion, wooden of nature. And as you say that, he lowers his hands, nods, and walks back off.
Okay, I'm keeping an eye on what these guys are up to.
Okay. So they're walking towards the carriages.
Okay.
They're in front of the 30-foot statue.
Can I tss him and get his attention?
Yeah, he turns and looks at you.
I've got something from Marlowe. Something explosive in nature? Could that help?
He nods and goes... He walks back over to you. What are you going to do with it?
Marlowe's got different plans for me, but are you looking for the elf?
Yeah, we're going to try and take him out. We're being entrepreneurial. We hear there's a contract on him.
All right. If it don't work for you guys, duck and cover, and I'll make a boom boom.
Nice.
You can still claim the credit. I don't mind.
Nice. Have you got any weapons you can give me?
What would I have? Yeah, I've had my hand axes, so
Okay.
How can I let him have this? Old friend, give me a hug. And I put my arms around him and slip a hand axe into his
Jacksy.
belt. Yeah,
Nice.
not into his jacks. I'm a gentleman. Not on the first meeting.
Okay, right. He looks a bit bemused by his hugging tactic, and his arms are kind of out. But then he looks down and he felt something slip into his jacksy. Because he went for the belt, and he ended up in a jacksy. And he looks down. Oh, nice. Right, well, I'll tell you what. I'll pay for this one if we get the bounty.
Yeah, you owe me a few drinks if this goes well.
Right, wish me luck. And he sneaks off the others.
Okay, I'm just going to watch that from a distance.
Okay.
There's two of us on the show together for
I
the first
know.
time in hours.
No,
I know.
don't kid.
And from your respective positions, wherever they may be,
Ooh.
you watch from a distance as you see there's a circle of guards around these two carriages. Right?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Fuck are you then?
Where the fuck are you?
You know where I am? I'm down there somewhere.
I know.
Oh, sorry, I just really... If you're not in the castle still... Right, okay, I'll find out that later, I guess.
Yeah.
This is the joy of doing the podcast. I'll have to edit and see what I find out later.
So there's a circle of guards around the carriage, and from the distances you see an explosion of fire on the edge of the circle of guards.
And sorry, just to clarify, these guards are...
These are the elven guards, I
These
think.
are elven
No,
guards.
these
Oh,
are just a human white knight guards.
like I would be?
Yeah, exactly like Key is dressed as.
I'm whistling and walking backwards.
Oh, right, okay. So these are...
My job!
So these are local guards
But they
of
would guard-
Jankles that
Yeah,
are
the castle
escorting...
They're escorting the thing.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Well, they've kind of pushed back the crowd and made a circle in front of the
Right.
statue
Okay.
that the carriages have moved
Come
into.
through. Okay, that makes sense.
So they're clearing a path for the carriages.
And yes, exactly. And the so there's the big load of fire erupts out, like almost like a small fireball of explosion on the corner. A bunch of guards are just charred and fall to the side. And then you see men in cloaks from the crowd running up to the carriage. One throws something. Roll the perception check, both of you.
I know what it is. I know what it
I
is.
bloody don't.
I know what that is.
I got an 18 plus 4, 22.
Nice. You'll think they've probably made some kind of grenades, something in that nature.
petrol bombs or
If they're
something.
throwing stuff and it's blowing up, it's not magic. Very good. Natural insight. It smashes on the carriage and the carriage lights up on fire.
Okay.
That's the front carriage.
How many carriages are there?
There's 2 carriages
Okay.
that have rolled in there. That's the front carriage. And when you were there with Malaga, the dwarven official
That
came,
arsehole.
he was in the front carriage. So you suspect maybe that Leiluan is in the front carriage, burning to death as we speak.
Wow, this is pretty exciting stuff.
Yes,
So that's the battle.
yes.
And these cloaked figures, would I possibly recognise them?
Roll a perception check.
It's cocked. 1 second.
You're a cock.
15 plus 4, 19.
19. The cloak figures look brown. The other ones look black.
Oh, interesting. Very, very interesting. What?
What has just gone over my head? Because that was that whole conversation somewhere. How does he know black cloak figures?
He's gone through all the colours.
I
I
have.
don't know any cloak figures.
God,
Well, I know these
we
ones.
have so much to talk about when we see Mum.
And yes, some brown cloaked figures are charging down this chariot. This carriage is on fire. The carriage is on fire. You can see the door almost exploding open in splinters, and out of it pours shielded spearmen guards. The first one impaling 2 of these cloaked figures at once. They make kind of a bit of a formation in a circle, in a semicircle. They move forward and they are obliterating it and cutting through these cloaked guards. Roll a perception check, both of you.
Get your hands out of my dice. No, I won't. Well, 8 plus 1, 9.
5 plus 4, 9.
So smoky. The smoke gets in my eyes.
Oh, brothers.
You notice that these guards, they seem like official guards in some capacity, but it's hard to make out. They seem like they're different from
The normal guards
the
we've
White
seen.
Castle guards.
Right, okay. They look more badass as they're doing it.
Yeah, they look fucking badass. They're just cutting through people. With that, with the action happening in front of both of you, the cloaked figures being pushed back through the crowd. There's another explosion as one of the market stalls gets set on fire and puffs up in fire.
You know the plan to cause chaos?
Yep.
Sorted.
I can
Done.
see.
And with that, Jenkel cracks jokes about how his parties are normally explosive nights. This so more than usual. The rowdy lot. Oh, we might have to get our eagle out. And the crowd all cheer. And with that, you can see Jenkel moving away, talking to someone, and then moving back on the balcony.
What are the circle of guards doing?
Could I see who he spoke to?
You cannot. The circle of guards, they've tried to calm down the crowd a bit. Some of the crowd have moved back, some have moved forward, and they're reproportioning the circle, so they're kind of blocking.
So while all that was happening, the local guards actually kept their barrier while these other guards exploded out and took care of these brown cloaks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. And then with that, both of you have to leave the book.
Brother!
It's been a nice time seeing you again, though, Robin.
Oh, lovely.
Actually, no, not yet. Not yet.
Oh.
So,
Dun, 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 dun.
We'll carry on. The front cart that's on fire, people are running up, the guards are running up and pouring water on it. The second cart moves forward round the first cart that's on fire and then moves up towards, slowly, ominously, towards the pagoda.
Oh.
And the guards that had come out, are they just standing there or are they still fighting the brown
They're
cloaks?
smashing through. They're right in front of, well, they're very close to one of you, And when they get closer, you can see that they have feathered headrests.
Oh, centaurs.
And you know that Sneedle is the one that's in charge of these guys. This was it seems like a bit of a planned...
Right, okay, they're a dive... Like, so
Yeah.
they knew those in the attack, so they had the Trojan horse method.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to wander back to the tobacconist.
Okay.
So I'm guessing all guards will have been pulled towards this, so I think the tobacconist will be clear.
Wonderful.
And I don't think that ruins anything for Robin.
And now, with that, may you two leave the podcast.
I know.
So, from outside, Lance can hear the raucous crowd. He can also hear the voice of Henkel Jenkel beginning to start up.
White Knight.
The White Knight Henkel Jenkel. It seems like his voice is echoing through the castle, and he's beginning to do the warm up, talking about how this evening's all about the all about the elves. It's all about the elves. And he starts talking about elves and elven culture and how exciting, wonderful this new world of Seathwaite is going to be. It's now 5 to 9.
It was 10 to when we left.
Yes. So,
I need that 5 minutes.
well, that's why I was giving it to you. So
is it 10 to or 5 to?
it was 5 to, or it could be whatever time you want.
What happened to 5 minutes then?
Well, because you were waiting. I was just did it. You can have the 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If you want to prep.
Right. So last time I left, there were these things. They'd gone back. The sort of fixers, the mechanical fixers, that seemed to be like autonomous fixers for the cogs when I damaged them. I've moved the sort of scaffolding pontoon thing up to near where their drop down hole was.
Yep.
They had little nests, and it was a cage which was in the library.
Yes.
There wasn't any ready access from
A
the
wizard's
cage.
library. You kind of felt.
Yeah. Now, I'd like to try and open the hatch. How easy does it seem, or difficult?
So you're just like strength thing, trying to pry it open. Okay. It feels like you're gonna have to put a bit of wallet behind it. So roll me a strength.
No, I just want to see whether
Yeah,
it
it
opens
feels-
easy.
it feels
like I'd
open
have
easy.
to put
Yeah.
some effort in.
Yeah, it feels like you have to put effort in.
Right. And looking at it, does it look like there is any way I could seal it shut?
Not really. The hatch seems to be like on a kind of a railing that when it opens, the main part of the hatch is still on the underside, so it kind of just slides out. But it seems like there's a mechanism in the floor that you can't really get to. I guess you could try and I do something to the metal to seal it. I guess because there is a metal rim around it. You could try something there. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's anything intuitively way to lock it or block it or because it's in the ceiling.
Now there were these sort of 1 foot high with 2 foot leg, or 2 foot high with 1 foot leg triangular thing that
Yes.
I thought was dictating what the small autonomous robots did.
Yeah.
But it itself seemed to be autonomous. Was that correct?
Yes, well, it seemed like it. It was very strange things.
And it's 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
Right. Lance is going to... Because you intimated that perhaps if 3 of them were working together, because only one was working before, one of the little worker drones was working, you intimated that they might fix the cog a lot quicker. Or
Potentially.
quicker.
There's clearly one's in charge, so you feel like they could change their strategy on the fly. And so, depending on them trying to fix a cog in 4 minutes, maybe they would try different things.
Now, the one that came down sort of climbed down the chain, didn't he?
The pyramid one.
Yes. Right. Okay, I'd like to try and spit on the cog again. And I'm a lot nearer this time.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Obviously, I'm
I'll
next to it.
Roll for its constitution.
Yeah.
It got 10. So,
Right.
you spit and take a big chunk out of it this time. You can kind of see, you spit on the same spot that they did before. Yeah, you kind of see that they've managed to weld some metal over it. You can see this patch where they've clearly welded it, but it seems quite strong. You spit, and as you spit, you just rip through that patch and you go down deeper into the layer and actually make more damage than you did before.
Okay. And does the hatch above me open?
Yeah, the hatch springs open.
Okay.
You see the pyramid put its kind of the top of the cube part of the base of the pyramid, which is actually the top of his head. The top comes through, the eyes look at you, and his
Is
arm
it sort of
shoots
held
out.
out like a spider, is it?
Yeah, it's got 6 legs. And the point of the pyramid is it's down. So the 6 legs coming out of the point. But he's kind of, lowering himself like a spider, where he's not like climbing down like a human. He's just lowering himself with all these legs and stuff. A little bit creepy.
Yeah. But
0, 0, 1, 0.
and then does he come down and? Because I want to see I want to see if he does exactly the same thing he did last time.
Yeah, he climbs down the chain between the chain and the cogs, and then out comes a one of the hinges and 2 of the discs.
Yep.
And they climb down the cogs, and you can hear him again. 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 1 0 1, and the hinge 0 1 0 1, and the disc 1 0, and then the discs start fixing the cog again.
My Gina, I thought you might say that. Where is he at the moment?
He's on the platform with you.
Right,
if
so I'd
you
like
want
to try and kick him off.
Okay, so he's held on. He's holding onto the chain, and he's got a couple of legs on the railing.
Yeah.
So what attack is that? He's going for a melee attack to try and hit him.
Well, Lance doesn't really do weapons.
So what's he going to do? He's going to
so
bash him.
I mean, technically, I could use one of my cantrips, the like basic thing, but I feel like organically in the thing, he probably wouldn't do that. He'd probably just try and kick it off. I mean, I can use like I could use a cantrip to I could cast frostbite on him. So yeah, I'm going to try and make the metal cold, but in a kicking motion. If that's okay with you.
You're going to big boot him with a frost boot.
Yeah, basically, if you're happy to.
Yeah, is that a roll to hit?
It would be, yeah. No, target must make a Constitution saving throw.
Wonderful. Okay, so what does he makes?
Yeah, a big boot. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, take this, you metal triangle thing.
And you kick him, and you hit pretty square onto one of his flat panels.
Yeah.
And frost emanates.
Of course I do.
And cracks out from his panel.
Naturally.
Yes. You hit him.
There's a druid joke in there, naturally.
Oh,
So you get it?
Nice.
Get it? Naturally.
Nice. Mediocre.
Mediocre!
Exactly. So he got a 10 overall. I guess that's under your 13.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, right. So you kick him square, you do the damage.
And that would be a 4. I don't know if it's plus it. Let me just have a look. Oh, actually, no, it's 2d6. That's 4 plus a 3. 7.
7.
Yeah.
Nice. The panel that you've kicked him on cracks, and he kind of goes over the railing, but he goes to grab hold of the railing, but he kind of just scratches away at the railing with all of his legs, but he doesn't get any purchase, and he falls.
Yeah, naturally.
You hear this wrinkle of the chain, a bash of it hitting the other platform, and then a second bash as it hits the ground with an absolute crack.
So it's one
metal.
quick tink, and then a long drop, and then tink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see looking down, just obliterates into like clockwork parts, and a couple of weird like mushy eyeballs. And
yeah,
stuff.
I'm glad that wasn't me when I was weaseling earlier. That could have ended very badly for me.
The hinge looks at you on the wall, and it jumps down onto the platform, and it starts rotating in on itself.
The hinge starts rotating, like flattening itself.
It kind of flats and it turns, and it starts bending itself in almost impossible ways, like a mechanism you can't understand. And it starts emerging into a point, and 6 legs come out of the point of the top of this hinge thing. 3 arms pop out, and the mechanism rotates like a bit of a Rubik's Cube to end up being a pyramid shape, and it upturns itself, and you have in front of you another one of these triangle creatures.
For fuck's sake, I suppose you want me to kick you off as well, do you?
His arms pull back to get spears out.
Spears?
The javelins he has on the corners.
Or
So
like little tiny javelins?
Yeah, they're like little half-foot
Weren't they using
javelins.
it for like pointing before?
He was. I wonder what he's going to use it for now.
Right. Well, it's 1 to me. Listen here, my friend. It's 1 to me and 0 to your friend down there. You want this to go the same way? And then I move in to do another ice boot again, big boot again. Or are we rolling for initiative?
I think we might have to.
Yeah.
So from it, you hit 1, 0, 0, 0. And also on the wall, one of the...
Yeah, if you're speaking binary, the intonation is a bit weird. Did you got intonation in binary? I don't see really how that works.
Well, maybe you
It's either 1 or 0. It can't be 0 or 0. Like, that's not how binary works, my friend. I'm the druid here. I shouldn't be having to remind you how it works.
With that, one of the discs on the wall, like, pops out.
Yeah, not you as well, eh?
And he kind of... He like, the disc pops out, it rotates, and then a hinge comes out, and it turns into one of the hinges.
The disc turns into a hinge?
Yeah.
Right. How many of these things are there?
At the moment, there's now the pyramid that's on the platform with you, a hinge that's on the wall, and then another disc.
And based on the amount of... But when I saw them, I'd seen a similar amount of...
Yeah, you know overall there was 1 pyramid, 2 hinges, and 3 discs left over.
Right.
So now there's 1 pyramid...
1 hinge.
No, 2 hinges, because there's still 1 up there. And one of the discs has turned into... Because one of the discs has turned into a hinge. And there's 2 hinges, 2 discs, and a pyramid.
Right, so they seem to be able to upscale themselves.
Yes, they can.
Right, okay. Right. But in total 5, was it?
No, there's 4 now. I
4.
believe. Oh, no, wait, there was 1, 2... Yeah, no, sorry, there's 5, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Ah, Mustela, the situations we get ourselves in, eh? Yeah, from down there.
Luckily that didn't land on her, eh?
No, she's under
she's safe.
under a cabinet,
She's
safe
safe.
down the bottom. This is precisely why I left her down there, rather than take her with me to the greater, risk of danger up here. Right. Well, I suggest that I would suppose I have to try and kick this guy. Well, I suppose it's not really a melee because it's just me calling it a melee, but it's actually.
Well, you're on a relatively small platform,
Yeah.
so you can do it. So we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah, let's do that. 16 plus 3, I think my initiative
We'll
is.
go first.
Yeah, 3. So 19. So when I say I'm doing this, obviously it's a spell. For flavour, I look like I'm doing a big boot, and then like a boot comes out of my boot and hits them. That's the sort of like...
An Iceman boot.
Yeah, we'll call it that, shall we? Because it's actually just the spell, the cantrip frostbite, but we'll do it like that. So he has to make a Constitution saving throw again.
Yes. $11 isn't going to work against your powerful big boot. So he gets booted backwards. How much damage does he take?
I roll 2d6. 7 again. A 6 and a 1.
Okay, 7 damage, and he also he was more in the middle of the platform, but we managed to kick him so hard, and the ice has stunned him that he moves back and he's on the edge. He slips underneath the railing. He's going to try and grab to save himself, and he does not. He also falls.
I mean, this doesn't have... I'm going to play fair, because that's how we do. This doesn't have any knockback, so it's up to you whether you put that in.
That's fine. You're on a precarious platform that's kind of on chains that's moving while you do it.
Based on the... yes, because the... I didn't put the brake back on, did I?
No, it's kind of moving about.
Yeah.
It's quite a difficult place to hide. Fight
Can
on.
I use my insight to work out how many hit points I think they might have?
Sure.
18 plus 3, 21.
So you think they've got over 10, but not 20.
Right. But, right, yes, that's quite a fall. I would like to... So he's gone, is he? And let me guess, does one of the hinges turn into a pyramid?
Yes, one of the hinges does, but not the hinge that's in front of you.
The hinge which is on the wall?
You can see above the hatch above,
Yeah.
out comes a pyramid.
Right. I thought the amount that I had in... Right, okay.
So you've
continue.
You've just killed a pyramid,
Yep. Good.
and then you heard some rattling, some twisting, some weirdness, and out from the hatch comes another pyramid.
Yep.
In front of you is a hinge, and there are 2 more up there in the
I
hatch.
suspect, based on what I saw the first time.
Yes.
Right. Excellent. Right. Well, actually, the swaying platform seems to have worked slightly in my favour, although it sort of adds a danger aspect to it. But why not?
Lucky they haven't hit you yet.
Yeah. How wide is the platform?
The platform is around like 6 foot by 6 foot.
Oh, so this is quite small.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like there's no retreating from it. There's no whatever.
Right. Well, in that case, I should probably be taking some sort of disadvantage or a susceptibility for attacking with a ranged attack this close.
Oh, right. Well, we'll say you're boosting them for now.
Say I'm just standing on one side. And this one's coming down. As it's coming down, I'm going to attack it from here.
Okay.
So, because it's coming down from the ceiling, it's going to be more of a super kick than a big boot.
I love it. It's a capoeira.
Yeah. Like a spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I jump up like, I don't know, like Street Fighter style and spin and phew.
So a pyramid and a hinge have emerged.
Oh, how many of you fuckers are there?
There's a hinge on the wall next to you.
Of course there is.
So which one are you attacking?
The pyramid.
Okay. Right.
Always attacking the pyramid.
Go. All right. So you don't have to roll Constitution.
Yep.
All right. 7. Roll up damage.
6.
Right. So he takes 6 damage. He's clasping onto the hatch, and he looks a bit unsteady. But
The hinge is clasping onto the hatch while turning into a pyramid.
No, the pyramid's already turned into a pyramid. So
The pyramid is clasping on the hatch.
the pyramid was clasping onto the hatch. He's got a bit loose, but the hinge grabs him, and then with that, the hinge next to you jumps down onto your head to attack you. He rolls a 20.
Good.
Yeah, boy. What shall I roll?
Yeah, I hate these things almost as much as fucking animals. Fuck. Animals that aren't weasels, eh? All fuckers. And these people are basically animals.
Right, and it's a 44, so that's just full whack of damage,
It is.
I believe. And that is a D6 bludgeoning damage. So he jumps down you and starts smashing you in the head.
Right. Oh, that really hurt, man. I've
So
got
that's
12
6 damage.
health left, eh?
Right, so he whacks open quite a big cut on your head near your ear, with him whacking your head. He's kind of
Yeah, I make that 2-1 to me, still.
he's kind of on you, and the platform shakes. Roll a save to make sure you don't lose your footing.
It's a 3!
You lose your footing as he jumps on you.
So am I proned, or am I on the
You
edge?
go over the railing, and you have an acrobatics chance to flip through the air and grab hold of the railing.
Right. Oh, that's a 2.
2 plus what's your acrobatics?
Well, it's not going to be that good, is it? 3. So 5 in total.
5, nice. You both fall, and as you fall, you have a dexterity check that you can try and grab the chain for the second mid-platform.
Oh, right.
Because you fall
So
on
I've
that
gone
side.
off that side.
Yeah.
A 10. Dex plus 3. 13.
13. So you grab the chain, it gives you burns on your hands, but you manage to slow yourself as you smack into the railing for the second platform.
Yeah, Mustela, close your eyes, eh? Get under the cabinet over there.
The hinge falls onto the second platform. And as he smacks down, there's a bit of a few cogs fall off him, and he's laying prone on the second platform with you. So you're now on the mid-platform.
So, sorry, am I on the edge or am I prone?
You're holding onto the chain,
Yeah.
and you've kind of hit the railing. So you're standing, or your legs are on the outside over the edge.
So it's as if I was in a wrestling ring. I'm on the outside of the. I'm on the
Yeah, you're on the
edge.
outside.
Yeah.
You're on the banister of it, but your legs are and your centre of gravity is on the outside, but you're holding onto the chain.
Right. And how close is he? Because it's a 6 foot, so is he sort of...
Yeah, he's on the floor about 3 foot away from you.
Right.
Hello. So you're in the middle of a fight with all these weird mechanical creatures.
Yeah. Right. So I've fallen down basically one section of the scaffolding.
Yeah, you fell down about 10 foot.
Is it physically? Is there any way of getting up to the other one now? Just out of interest.
You'd have to climb on the cogs or on the chain. Oh no, the ladder. The ladder's. Oh no, you left the. So I would have it so that you left the ladder on the top one.
I couldn't have left the ladder on the top
no,
one because the door's shut. Unless
no,
the
so
door...
you did. It's not up towards the door. So I would have it as you probably hanging it over the side because it's only a 6 foot platform. You couldn't actually.
So would it be down to the platform where I am, or
Yes.
would it? Right. Okay. So there is a physical way of getting back up. Right. However, he's prone. I say he, the mechanical beast, is prone. I am on the edge. I'm within melee range, which, because I'm uncomfortable playing without the rules properly, we've just looked up, and obviously if I do a ranged attack, that's a disadvantage. And he's prone, so really that's double disadvantage.
I wouldn't play it like that, but that's fine.
But if I do a melee attack, I'm so weak there's going to be a -1, probably. Looking at it, how much health do I think it has? Can I roll? No, I know, because I've already worked out they have about 10, and I reckon it's got about 2 or 3.
They've got, like... In
fact, I'm going to go for the poison strike, because that has to be done within 10 foot. Okay. So, and that's...
Yep.
So, yeah. So I'll go for the acid attack again.
Okay, so you're vomiting on him.
I'm doing the spray spit with acid, which should be a normal attack, I think. Let me just check. And then I have a plan for those other ones, which I should have thought of before.
What's the save against?
Constitution again.
Okay, well, he gets a 17.
That's a save.
Yes, so he's saved. So as you vom on him, he like his hinge opens up and then closes, then opens up the other way to make him roll out the way in a weird way.
So my movement, I'd like to step over the chain and get actually properly on the...
So you're on the platform. You spray down at him because he was proned. Actually, I think you should get advantage, actually. Oh, well, so that's disadvantage. Right.
Yeah, it's disadvantage. I think they both cancel each other out, I guess. I can't work out whether the poison spray is actually a ranged or a hand-to-hand thing, but it doesn't matter.
It's fine. No, I'm going to roll disadvantage. He got a 17 again anyway.
So, right.
So he does do this hingy flip out the way in this amazing way, even though he's massively at disadvantage. As you spray down...
Ah, my friend, you surprise me.
Right, Count. You spray down over the platform as he's moving around it, and as the acid is hissing away at the metal, there's now a big hole in the middle of the platform.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that, Brilliant.
It's now his turn, and he's going to jump over the gap towards you. He throws one punch with one of his arms and he misses.
Hang on, he throws a punch. How does that work? Is it like a stiletto punch? Like, because his legs are they're like metally bandy.
Jabbing. He's got these weird clawish claws on him.
Yeah,
he's got 2 arms.
My AC's 15.
Yeah, He throws one punch, he misses, and then he throws another one, and he hits, and he does 4 damage. So he smacks you again in the head. So he misses with like a super punch, and he turns and he does a backhand, and he's standing on the railing now.
Yes, they get 2 attacks.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, this one does because he has 2 arms. The other one has 3 arms. So
it's 12, and then what was the damage? Sorry,
4 damage.
Right, Lance is in the bit of trouble here. He's a little bit bleeding, but it's okay. Right, look, you fucker! I'm going to fucking. So hang on, where is he? Is he on the?
He's standing on the railing now. He did his backhand twirl and smacked you. Actually, he didn't do a backhand. He opened his hinge, and as he did, his arms went down and smacked you in the head.
I'd like to hold on to the ladder.
Yeah.
And so he's on the railing.
Yeah.
Right, I'm just going to hold on to the ladder and try and acid attack him again.
Okay, go
so
for
a
it.
little spray again. A sort of like hiss, like, yo, you're just lucky I'm not a weasel at the moment, eh?
Well, I roll for the acid attack.
Oh yes, you do. I don't know why I've rolled that. It's good as well because that might have been a 3.
Okay. So he got 14. So again, he spirals. He kind of turns out the way.
A 14's a hit, I think.
Is it 14?
Yeah, he has to beat 15.
Oh, does he? Okay, wicked. Yeah, no, you hit him, splurge in the face with acid spray as he's hinging around up on the railing. And you're
Right.
holding. You've kind of done a flip through the air. The hypno dances again. Grabbed a ladder and sprayed while you were flipping.
Lance is a bit confused because he would with normal human conscious beings. He would be doing this hypno sort of hypnotic weasel dance.
Yes.
Which, if you haven't seen, I suggest you go and Google immediately or YouTube because it's fantastic and it is a thing. But I don't know how he feels about these mechanical things. I don't think he's ever come across these. It's a bit of a weird situation.
It's a new world.
Yeah.
It's a new world.
Right. So he's acided, is he?
Yeah, he has. So
right.
roll up the
With my,
damage.
9.
9. So as you spray acid, the hinge tries to jump out of the way and goes to open itself up, and you spray acid in the middle, and the two hinge parts separate, and he spirals down off the platform, careening, smashing into the cogs.
Right. 3, 2 by my count. At this, so the other 3 are on the wall, are they?
They're on the wall. They're moving down the wall. They're actually
Right.
walking over the cogs.
But so they're all on the cogs, are they?
Yeah, and they've travelled over to you, so they're on this lower side,
Right.
but they're on the wall.
Lance is in a little bit of trouble here. He's not got much health. And they are quite damaging.
Yes.
He's taken down 3 because he's such a brave and skilled soul.
Yes.
Right. I think this could be quite critical. Can we roll initiative? Are we rolling initiative again, or are they going to do something now, or what's the deal?
Yeah, I've had them moving over to you, and I think you're still in combat.
Because they haven't shown any sign of having a ranged attack, do they? Have they yet?
Well, no.
Oh, the javelins they
yeah,
have.
they do. I mean, they could throw those.
But these 3 are currently in
It's
what
a pyramid,
form?
a hinge, and another one blows out, so there's 2 hinges.
And they're on the metal cogs, right? Okay. Is it Lance's turn or theirs?
I think it would be. So wait, let me see.
So it depends, because if they're changing form, I kind of feel like that's that's actually an action.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so I've just rolled for it because they've had to climb down, so it's not like a normal distance travelled. They've climbed down about 30 foot across cogs, which they're quite good at, but over 6 seconds basically.
Right, okay, yeah.
So there's one on the wall which is turning into a hinge. There's the other one which is the hinge, which is kind of behind and is trying to catch up, and the pyramid one has got down to your level and he is going to have a go. So he is going to throw javelin at you.
Right.
Misses. So he's throwing one of his javelins, he then pulls out another javelin.
So they're not all together anymore.
No, they are. They are. One's catching it. So one's taken 2 goes to get there because he's failed at climbing. The pyramid's got there and can attack you. And the other one's got there and is turning into a hinge because he was a disc.
Right. Yes.
So he throws another javelin, and it stream by you and misses. And where is it to hit? Plus 3 to hit. Okay. And the last one he throws hits into your shoulder.
Right.
And it does 3 damage.
Right, I'll give it to you. You've done quite well here, eh?
So he's the pyramid's attached to the wall. He's throwing all these toothpick-like javelins, these half-foot javelins at you, and 2 have whizzed by the ladder you're on. The last one hits you in the shoulder.
3-3. Yeah. This is not entirely how I intended on this
Where's
game.
your health potions?
Yeah, what health potions,
Exactly.
I need some biltong. Right. I think it's time to step things up a little bit, eh? I'd like to cast heat metal So I assume they're all connected to the set of cogs in front.
Yeah, they're all on one big cog at the moment.
Right. Heat metal. I feel like I could have possibly goaded this in a different way earlier, but I didn't quite see that it was going to be such a dire situation. Right, I cast heat metal. I cause an object to glow red hot. I choose the cog where they're standing. Any creature in physical contact takes 2d8 fire damage when you cast a spell.
So it all heats up 2d8 fire damage. Well, do you want to roll that for me?
Yeah, I don't. I only have 1d8, so give me a second. A 2, lovely. An 8, 10.
Yep. Okay.
And I will use my bonus action. Oh, subsequent turns. No, that's fine. So that's 10 damage.
They all take 10 damage.
Yes.
All right. With that, all of them, they're clasping on with their little arms and little legs. All of it begins to heat up, and all of their legs begin to melt away into the cog, and 2 of them fall, and the other one is just stuck onto the cog that is carried on being heated.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the weasel, eh?
His arms and legs literally, it's a hinge, one of the hinges is literally moulded into the cog now.
Yeah, I make that 6-3 now, you motherfuckers.
One.
No, we've been through this. It's binary.
One.
And
How
you
loud
hear a
is,
massive smash
how
at
loud
the
is that
bottom.
one?
Not loud enough for anyone outside this room here. And I forgot to mention, when you fell from the platform as you're falling through the air, that's when you began to hear Henkel Jenkel announcing tonight's festivities, and tonight is all about the elves.
Right.
Bellowing through the room.
Yeah, well, at the moment, it's about the weasel and these fucking mechanical little bits for the balance. I don't really see any other thing.
One.
Right.
One.
Can I do a coup de grace if he's going to keep doing it? Right, I just spit on him.
One. One.
And with that, you're on a ladder and you spray outwards. He melts away.
Right. Can we do a take 20 on spitting on the top cog to destroy it?
Yep, so you can hustle up the ladder, go for another spit, and it does not hold, and there's a crack throughout the entire cog of where you spat. So that top cog looks like it wouldn't be able to support something if a large weight went on it.
Right. And this would stop it about 30 feet from the top of the pagoda.
Yeah, so the pagoda would be getting 4/5 of the way up now. It would get to that top cog, it would break, and it would go down onto the lower cog. Okay. So, looks like Lance has been
Right.
through a war.
Yeah, I've got like fucking 3 health, eh?
Oh, really? Fuck me!
Yeah, I had 8. How much did the last attack do? Was it 4 or 3?
I feel it's 3 damage.
Right, yeah, I got 5 health.
So you're just in bits. You've had a javelin, you've had your head smashed in, you've had a javelin through your arm, you've got a cracked
I
ankle.
sit down on this little thing. Right, I'm looking at this broken cog. I'm not happy. I peer over the edge. I can't see Mistella, which is good because I wouldn't have wanted to see that because it's quite embarrassing. I sit there.
She was watching.
There are times in your life, where it is fantastic to be a weasel. There are times in your life where it is fantastic to be a goblin. Green is great. But I have to say, there are times in my life that I wish I was a fucking troll. This would have been an entire amount easier if I was a fucking troll. Or maybe an eagle. Or anything but a weasel. Fuck me.
Wonderful. So, let's Lance, the ever professional. He's gone right down to the wire to get the job done. The key part of the job, which was killing this elven leader. Do you think the other two have kept up their end of the bargain?
Oh, probably, but I haven't really completed mine yet. But yeah, we'll deal with that later.
It's true.
Well, at least I've got the minimum done.
We will deal with that later, won't we?
Yeah.
So, and with that, I think we shall end the episode.
Right, thanks for listening,
Thanks. And with that, you hear outside crowd, raucous crowd, and then you hear a kind of a small rumble of an explosion and fire go off.
Ooh,
You
really?
can hear through the walls.
An explosion?
It's some kind of fireballish weird nature.
But it doesn't sound like the explosives like the size of the...
It doesn't sound that big, yeah.
Right. So it's either not worked or it's something else.
Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? The listeners do.
Was it like a Royal Rumble?
We'll wait and see.
Right.
With that, we'll talk to you next week.
Au revoir.
The Formal Gamer, podcast for those with exquisite taste.